it is me, Pearl, from Pearl and the Prayers, and this is Tuned in Tarot, and we are here to take a look at the balance between the divine masculine and divine feminine energy inside of self, understanding that whatever state we find this energy in, we can expect to see that reflected back to us in our interactions with others, in our external environment, and if we want to see change happen, we do need to actually make the effort to shift and change the way our internal world is so that our external world will align with that. And that's what we are going to talk about today through the use of tarot and oracle cards. And I'm holding this card up because I'm going to do a different style of reading today just because I needed a change. I have this really great Signs of the Time oracle by Crystal Banner, which is a deck that I really enjoy the imagery from. Please excuse my poorly painted nails. They look so bad, but it's fine. It's fine. My hair looks good, except for the poorly painted nails, of course. Okay, so I was going to choose a card for Divine Masculine and a card for Divine Feminine, and have each one have a theme, and then I was going to choose a Spirit tarot for each one and then pull a few cards for each one. So that's what we're going to do today. So if that sounds good to you, stick around. Understand that when I do divine masculine and feminine energy, I am not just doing some kind of love or romance reading. What I'm trying to help you do is understand the two aspects of yourself, the head and the heart, and how those two aspects of self are often reflected to us through others. So it's not just a love and romance reading, although you will probably find out many things about love and romance through this reading. If you're watching on TikTok, just know that I am recording this onto my laptop, so I will be posting this later to Tuned In Tarot YouTube. If you can't stay for the whole reading, or if the connection isn't great, because I saw the connection is a little funky, so if that happens, just know later on it will be available on Tuned In Tarot YouTube. And thanks for everybody joining and being here with me today. Okay, so I was going to pull a card for each side as a theme, but then when I went to do that, this card came out, which says yin yang, balance, and it has the number 4 on it. So since I'm literally going to pull for each masculine and feminine energy, I decided I will also have a central theme. So this is an overall theme for you and your person if you are thinking about another person. If this isn't about another person for you and it's more about your career or your finances or your health or something like that, then this just means overall for you in general. That's what it means for everybody, whether you are trying to get information about a person or not. And I'm going to tell you right out the gate, if you're here to get information about another person and you don't care as much about information about yourself, you're going to probably be doing a lot of research and like spying, etc., into your other person through tarot readings for a long time. As soon as you start to focus things on yourself, what does that cause? What is the result of that? Other people focus on you. If you're focused on someone else, that someone else that you're focused on, they're not focused on you. So if you're getting tarot readings, it's like, oh, this person is thinking of you. The only time this person would be doing that, really, is when you are also focusing as much energy towards you. So if you're constantly thinking about someone else, constantly wondering about that relationship, constantly pouring all time and energy into the relationship, then the readings that are saying that your person has a third party and they're focused on someone else, that's your mirror for how your person is functioning as your third party. So if you're like, oh, my person is with another person and they're not with me, it's like, yeah, that's because you're not with you. Your mind, your thoughts are with this other person that's literally not even paying attention to you. So you're literally not even paying attention to yourself because that other person is not doing that too. And you can live in the delusional dream world where they think about you all the time and stuff, but that's only going to be happening if you are also thinking about your own life just as much. So keep that in mind on your journey with another person. So it's vital information. All right, so we've got, I'm going to put these to the side here. We've got the theme. I'm just going to pull now a Guardians of the Night tarot card for each side as well because I love these cards and I have to use them. It's a rule for me now that I got them as a gift from Abby. Thank you so much, Abby. And if you would like to send me a deck that I can use, I do give, when someone sends me a deck, I usually send you a reading in return. So if you want to send me a deck and receive a reading with that card, the first reading that I do with the card, go to link in my profile, scroll down to it's like there's a post for the decks I use, and then there's a post for send me a deck, and you can send me a deck, and I appreciate it. Thank you. I haven't got one in a while. It'll be fun. Okay, so the overall theme we have of balance is, oh my god, being absolutely confirmed with this High Priestess card, which is a card of balance. If you know about tarot cards, the High Priestess has a black and white element to her. Black and white column are the original things we see in the Rider-Smith-Waite deck, which we often use as the basis for tarot imagery. Although there were 3 other decks that came out around that same time, and decks even predating that deck, but still, that's typically associated with High Priestess energy. It's guarding the inner sanctum. It's balance between masculine and feminine energy, complete balance. This is your most androgynous self. This is the version of you that has no gender identity associated with anything outside of self. It's just how you feel, who you truly are, your innermost being. And it doesn't follow any rules, because unfortunately for all of society, your rules are fucking bullshit, and you just made them up. You just literally made them up. You're like, this is this and that is that, and we're going to put this in this category, and we're going to lump these people here, and we're going to put this here, and we're going to do that, and it's all bullshit. It's all an illusion. None of that is actually inherently true or real in any way, shape, or form. It can't even be confirmed by biology. Those things that society imposes upon us are truly, truly arbitrary. I can't emphasize that enough. I'm an anarchist at heart, so for me, there is no rule, there is no authority greater than my own. That's just how it is. And I have consideration and respect for other people, and that's part of my own authority within me. It's like, oh, I want to have consideration and respect for others because I feel good when I do that. So thereby, by my own authority, I'm not going to antagonize people as much as possible, as much as I can control it. But I don't need a fucking governing body to slap handcuffs on me in order to get me to do that or to encourage me to do that. I don't need that. I just do that on my own. So that's why I'm an anarchist, because I can handle my own shit. And it's funny that that's coming up when we have these 2 cards here, which is that truly, if people really believed in their own authority and trusted their own inner, like their innermost being, they would make decisions that truly don't need governance, because they would be based in like empathy, and it would just be inherent that we would do that. But we've been told not to listen to the feminine energy, not to listen to the voice of the heart, and just to listen to the voice of the mind, which just, is pragmatic and detached. But unfortunately, that doesn't really work for us. Okay, so that's the overall theme today for you as a person, for your connection. If this is about you and another person, it is balance. It is honoring that deep voice, trusting that deep voice within you. It is being truly in tune with whatever it is, I think, that kind of rules over that balance, which does seem to be some kind of an energy that culturally we call God or a higher power or something, but just something. There's just like being in tune, being in alignment with that. Both of these images are also interesting because we have a bat that's hanging, and then we also have this necklace too, which is dangling. So there's this thing of suspense, of waiting or dangling or being in some kind of a suspense right now, as things are all coming together in this really balanced and beautiful way. And thank you for joining me. If you're just joining me on TikTok, I just wanted to let everybody know I will be posting this reading to TunedInTarot YouTube later. So if you did not catch the beginning, or you want to stay for the, or you can't stay for the whole thing, you can see it there later. Okay, so for the feminine side of self, we have infinity and unlimited potential coming up with the 2 of Pentacles. Okay, so Divine Feminine is got cycles going on, infinite looping cycles, and really, really needs change. I know that she's got rage going on. This is so funny because Juno just went retrograde in Virgo a couple nights ago, and I went insane. And I just out of nowhere I just went nuts. Like, I was screaming into it. I broke blood vessels in my face, crying, screaming. I was just literally inconsolable about everything ever in my whole life, and I was filled with rage. So I felt this transition, didn't know what was going on, and then went and looked at my own notes and was like, oh my god. I literally wrote down that the wrath of Juno in retrograde was going to be something that was going to probably affect our relationships. We will kind of pick apart relationships and look for all the flaws, and that's also our relationship with ourselves too. And a certain amount of perfectionism will kind of haunt you during this time period, and so you got to be aware of that. That's kind of going on in the background of your life. Good information to have. So the reason that Divine Feminine is probably feeling this urge to get off of this cycle is it's energetic as much as circumstantial. It's like, wow, we've really been doing the same thing. Up, here we are. We're gonna do it again. It's gonna happen again. I had that feeling. I have something in my eye. I had that feeling recently where I was like, oh, I can see that what's going to happen. I'm going to do this, then they're going to do this. I'm going to do this, and then they're going to do this. And I'm going to do this, and then they're going to do this. And then this is going to happen. And then I'm going to do this, and then this. I was like, I can't. Like, I went insane. So there's this sudden urge for complete and total change. Like, I have to stop doing this. I'm an intelligent creature, right? This is the dolphin, known to be incredibly intelligent in of all the mammals, right? Probably more so than us, because 100% telepathic. Like, why are we wasting our times talking? Clearly, animals are much more advanced than we are. They don't even freaking need to articulate. Like, my dogs, I have a puppy that I brought to my parents' house, and we have a dog that's lived here for many years. And he's vocal. He barks. Bowie, even though she's a husky, she does not make husky noises outside of she does a lot of low register growling. So if she has an emergent need to go outside, usually she will just growl to let me know. But if she just wants to go outside and have fun, her ways of signaling it are like sitting and looking towards the door, like she's showing me like, I want to go outside, whatever. Our other dog, Spike, will be on the other side of the couch. Like, I'll be in the living room. There's a couch here that's like in the room. Bowie's on this side. Spike's on this side. They can't see each other. She will be laying down at my feet and then decide she wants to go out. She'll sit up and just turn around and look at me. This is her signal just to get my attention in general. So I look at her, and if she wants food or something, chances are she's going to look towards the kitchen. She literally doesn't know that that's what to do, or she puts her paw on me to brush me. But if she wants to go outside, she'll just kind of look at me until I guess, read her mind. Because literally she definitely is doing that, because as soon as she does that, my other dog walks over, looks at me, and starts barking because he knows that she wants to go outside, and so does she. How do they know? They weren't talking to each other. She didn't make a noise. She didn't say anything. She literally just looked at me and was like, bitch, take me out. And Spike's like, yeah, bitch, let's go out. So humans are all like, oh, we have to use words. And animals are like, what a waste of time. We don't have to do that. We only do that for fun. So I really think that there's this idea here that you are so intelligent, right? You're very, very intelligent. Also, there's probably telepathic communication in the connection you have with your person. That's probably why that came up. And it's probably something, you've probably been cycling through something over and over again with somebody who you have like a telepathic connection with. So that's probably why I mentioned that whole thing. And the thing about this other person knowing exactly what the feminine, because I was talking about Bowie, the feminine, she wants something, and the masculine knows exactly what it is and gets up and is like, yeah, let's go do it. So your person knows what the fuck. It's like, you don't need to send any more messages. You don't need to say like, oh, he knows. He knows. Okay? So Divine Feminine wants that to change. She wants constant telepathic communication with a person who knows what the fuck to stop doing that. Now, can we also have a moment of silence for the number of cards that have come out today with this symbol on them? I can't. That's crazy. Okay, the tarot has the yin-yang symbol on the Two of Pentacles traditionally. The infinity and yin-yang are all connected, so that's just stupid. Okay, what's the theme for the masculine energy? Wow, we're getting Palm Destiny coming out. This is giving me Titanic vibes, you know what I'm saying? And it's coming out with the Knight of Wands. Shut the fuck up. If you're a tarot reader, you are laughing with me. You are laughing with me right now that I've mentioned the Titanic scene with the Knight of Wands. Okay. So the theme for the Divine Masculine is kind of fun today because normally I don't like the Knight of Wands and I just want to throw it out the window because it's not going to stick around with any kind of consistency at all. It's going to love bomb the fuck out of you and then it's going to be gone. Like, you know how fast the fire burns out, right? It's going to be gone, especially because there's nothing to keep it going. It doesn't bring anything with it, so it doesn't have any fuel for the fire. It just goes in. But coming out with this Destiny card here and the urge of the sexual energy that is like pulling, which yes is physical in some ways, but not just physical, is also like, this is the change. This is the change we need. We need this to change. We don't want the thing that's like love bombing and cycling through this bullshit anymore. We need this person who feels it is their destiny to fulfill this. I'm getting a phone call. Hang on. All right. I do want to just let my child know that I'm doing a reading, so I need to get to my messages here. Doing a live. Okay. So we definitely see this masculine energy has like destiny is pushing him to do something spontaneous and fast. And if he thinks about it at all, he probably won't do it. But because of where the blood is rushing, I don't think he's going to be able to think about it anyway. So that's kind of nice. So that's the overall theme. Now we're just going to pull a few cards for each side just to see what they have to say about this, I would say, urgency that is here. Because the Divine Feminine is like, I need to get out of this. I need to get out of this. I need to get out of this. So what we have right now is a cocktail that's like ripe for a runner-chaser dynamic that either cycles again or ends completely. So if you're on the team of like, I'm never going to give up on this person, I'm just going to keep staying with this person, then you're probably going to cycle again. If you are like, I need to focus on me and I need to stop going through these cycles, and then you're probably going to end the willingness to participate. You're going to know what it feels like. Like, my person posted some stuff, and one of the things they posted in the past would have triggered me so badly. I would have gotten so upset about it, and I didn't even, I only thought about it later. Like, later I was like, oh yeah. Oh, like, he posted that, like, maybe that meant that, and I was like, because it was like, maybe it meant like he was like saying goodbye or something. I was like, bye. You're gonna know when you don't care anymore. And it's not gonna be that you don't love the person anymore. You're just gonna literally not be able to get hooked into the cycle. And when you can't get hooked into the cycle anymore because your ego is like no longer in charge, then the cycle inevitably changes. It's like, oh yeah. And I noticed it, like, last week I had a dream where I became lucid. And this is so embarrassing to admit. I've only admitted this to a few people, but whenever I have a lucid dream for the last 20 years, and I swear to God, it's been 20 years. If I'm lucid, whatever's going on immediately in the dream, I don't care. It could be anything. I could be in the middle of some really dramatic thing. It would be cool to be able to, like, have control over the rest of the dream or take control of the dream. And no, I don't do that. I immediately change track and I start yelling my person's name because I'm like, oh, I'm lucid dreaming, so I'm going to be able to see them. I'll be able to, like, manifest them with my dream mind. And then they, like, sometimes they just won't appear, or if they do, they'll, like, turn around and it's not really them, and I'll be like, ugh. It's so frustrating. But I've done that for years. Anytime, immediately when I'm lucid, and I have honestly never done anything else. I have never tried to do anything else, and that's just sad. But last week, I did a Reiki session in the middle of the day, and I happened to fall asleep towards the end of it. And it was a particular session. I can't exactly remember. I know that it was like a cleansing type of a thing. And so I did it, and I fell asleep. I was not completely asleep. I was almost completely asleep, but not entirely. And then I did start to dream, and I dreamed about my mother's father who'd passed when I was in my teens. And I rarely dream about him, so it was very significant. And because it was him, it's 111 as I'm saying this, I immediately became, like, super lucid and was like, oh my God, I can ask him anything. And I realized it was my ancestor and he was visiting me in my dream. And at this point, I'm entirely asleep. Like, this isn't a vision. Like, I'm asleep. So he was in a chair, focused. His energy was focused towards my mother. My mother, actually, we just found out she has a heart condition. And it was that week, actually, that we found that out. So now I'm putting that together, that he probably was, like, showing me that she was protected, because I didn't feel scared when I found out. She has to have major heart surgery, but through the femoral artery. She has just, like, a stiffening of her aortic valve. It's not, like, from food or anything, like cholesterol. It's just, like, it's something that can happen with age, especially if you had, like, a certain type of, like, the pneumatic fever when you were a child or something. So she has to get that done. And he was focused towards her. But then when I realized it was him and I could ask him anything, he turned towards me, and he was I think he was in a chair. I can't remember, because I just remember him focusing on her and then turning towards me. And as he came in, I asked him automatically, what do I need to do about my music? And when I woke up, I was so happy, because I realized that for the first time, I didn't ask about my person. And I was like, wow, I really care more about my own creativity and my own impact and legacy than I do just about some, honestly, random person who really doesn't deserve for me to be focused entirely on them. So it took a long time, but that happened. And then when I got up, I pulled some cards, and it was crazy. Basically, I'm just supposed to trust, but it was so profound. So the cycle for me, I know, has ended. Like, I can't get hooked in anymore. It doesn't hook me. It doesn't mean I don't still have feelings, or I don't want a culmination, or I don't want to still see, like, wow, could that really be a good relationship? Or it just definitely means it doesn't hook me anymore. So it's not my ego that's pulling me towards that connection. It's definitely something more energetic that I don't really understand, that has more to do with my spiritual development and ascension, I think, than it really does with the physical manifestation of the relationship. It's like I surrendered the physical relationship. It doesn't have to happen. So that is significant. For anybody that's resonating, that might be the change that you need to make there with the Two of Pentacles. And the destiny, you might have a larger destiny. Like, I have a much more important destiny than just marrying some douchebag. Like, I honestly, I'm a douchebag too. We're all douchebags. Like, I have definitely more to do in my life than just that one event. Okay. So, it's embracing that you have something much deeper. With the High Priestess, it could be a sacred calling, and it could definitely have something to do with psychic powers, obviously. Okay, now I've pulled all the cards for each side. We're going to look at the little story that's going on in their life around this energy. We're going to start with feminine because we started with her before. And we're going to look at the past, the current energy, and if nothing changes, if you do nothing, if you don't take my advice at all, this is what will be the outcome. And then we're going to do the same thing for the masculine. And then I have a top of the deck, which is going to be something that you should aspire to right now. And the bottom of the deck, which is going to be something that you don't see coming / hidden assistance that's going on behind the scenes. Okay, so here we are going. Hi, Third Eye Roses. Good to see you. Thank you for being here and liking my live. Okay, so, oh my God, I'm so fucking sick of these same ass cards every second. Okay, my job is so boring lately. I just get the same cards. Divine Feminine, what are you leaving behind you? 4 of Cups in reverse. No more missed opportunities. That's not, that's not part of your storyline. You're not participating in that. So when an opportunity comes, you take it. You don't miss them anymore. You see it, you know it, you feel it, you trust with the High Priestess energy because you are balanced with the Yin Yang card. The 2 of Pentacles and the Infinity sign for me are you are no longer going to be on this infinite loop of imbalance. You are very balanced now. And so you don't miss opportunities. And when you make offers, people definitely accept them. Because you're not attracting people that are also missing opportunities. You're not doing that. You're not attracting that. Makes sense? Good. Okay, current energy for you. Look at that. It's the Divine Masculine Emperor. The 4. We have the High Priestess here. We have the Balance card which has a 4 on it. The 2 of Pentacles plus the High Priestess is 4. It's just, there's so much of these sacred number things that have been happening lately in readings that are just crazy. So this is coming out with, guess who it is? Guess who it is? It's my favorite High Priestess. Look at this bitch. She is frightening and awesome. And that's how we should always feel about the High Priestess. If you're watching this on TikTok, just know that I am also going to be posting a video to YouTube later that's recording on my computer right now. Also, I realized I forgot to position my microphone. I hope that it's okay, but we'll see later. So in your current energy, Divine Feminine is trusting her own Divine Masculine energy within side of self. So she trusts the Divine Masculine, period. This does not mean you trust your person. This means you trust you trust your judgment, you trust your thoughts, you trust you know now how to go back and forth. You know that when you feel really bad, really awful, really out of alignment, your thoughts are probably not your thoughts are probably like illusions, right? You can see through. See how he has this see-through box here? You can see through those blocks and obstacles. As soon as you start freaking out, like I was when Juno went in retrograde in Virgo, I was on just a rampage. I have 2 friends who, God, I love them so much, who I can just kind of dump all that stuff on and they can handle it and like play tennis with me. I'm that for them and they're that for me. And I just like got it all out. And it was like all of the stuff, all of it, that thoughts that don't even make sense, but they did make so much sense to my wounded self for so long. So you feel stable in your trust, in your ability to trust yourself. You feel like you've got your own back. You feel like you can be bold and can be confident and can handle things. And you can guard your emotions from swaying you, but you can also guard your thoughts from affecting your emotions. Like you're golden. You're golden. And what is this going to result in? The Lover's card. And I told you, if you do nothing right now, if you don't take any of the advice I'm even going to give you today or have been giving you today, if you just stayed the way you are right now, you're still going to end up in this Lover's energy, which means you're either doing something that you love, you're with someone that you love, you're making choices that you are about things that you love, and you're honoring what you love when you make those choices and decisions. So you've got the Lover's energy. And when I do future energy in this future position, this is not long, like a far away time. This is like, if you do nothing, then within a few hours, this is where you're going to be. It's not even like days or anything. It's like, this is what's coming to you in the next moment. The next breath that you take, you're getting this energy of the Lovers. Okay, I'm going to go over to the masculine side now, and then we'll go back and close out with the top and the bottom of the deck for each. Okay, so what is being left in the past for the masculine? Oh my God. That's crazy town. That's crazy town. We have here the Ace of Pentacles, and it's coming out with the High Priestess. So 3 decks, 3 tarot decks today, 3 High Priestess cards. 100% in agreement, 100% in alignment. Why the yin yang card came out with the High Priestess card is because there is absolute union, literally, between my 3 decks. In this regard to this most important thing, which is the trust in the feminine energy, the trust of in whatever creative desires or endeavors we have, our trust in our emotions, our trust in the connection with the divine. Okay, so with the Ace of Pentacles coming out and the High Priestess coming out, I don't have reversals in this deck very often, so there's actually a card that's reversed, very rare. So most of them are upright, and because this is something we're leaving in the past, my guess is that the divine masculine is leaving this inability, I think, to trust himself to be able to give something tangible to the feminine energy. And he could also potentially be leaving secrets, because the High Priestess is like what we guard inside, of keeping this relationship or this connection or this thing or this endeavor, this seed that you want to plant and grow. You kept it guarded inside of this inner sanctum. You kept it within you instead of putting it out, and you were withholding it. And in this case, I'm even seeing that it's being offered and it's being accepted, but then it's not going anywhere. It's just staying guarded within you. So that's what he's leaving behind. He's not going to be doing that anymore. Rather than holding on to that, because it's in his mind, it was so precious he couldn't bring it into the world. So this could be, like my music or whatever, or, it can be your person with you or you with your person, but it's really anything that you have kept guarded and hidden. You're putting that behind you. You're letting that out into the world now, and you're not withholding it anymore. What's really exciting about that is that the current energy we have here, the 6 of Pentacles is out, and so we know that currently the divine masculine has been feeling like he's only been able to breadcrumb, and that means he's only been able to give breadcrumbs, 122 when I'm saying this, or receive breadcrumbs. He's not had this really good balanced give and take with the divine feminine, and this happening where the feminine, this is a feminine energy depicted here. The feminine energy is giving everything, and he feels like a beggar, like he can't give anything. That has what has been his current energy. That has been because he really hasn't realized what his value or worth is. That has been guarded. His not feeling his feelings. Oh my God, I literally feel like the divine masculine right now because I can't talk. Okay. His feelings are sacred, and he guarded those feelings. They cause pain, they cause turmoil, they cause disappointment, he knows all of the negative feelings that are associated with the expression of feelings in general, so he guards them. That's the Ace of Pentacles. But what he has realized is that he has to plant those feelings somewhere so that they can grow and produce something. I'm seeing a tree. Something that is going to produce fruit. And this mistaken idea that by guarding what was precious, it's like increasing in value. And so later, like in his mind, like later I can like present these feelings and it will be worth so much more. But what he's not recognizing is that he will have more treasure if he plants this first feeling and allows it to grow. Okay, I had to close my eyes for that one so I could see everything. So now in this current energy, recognizing the imbalance of give and take, and that it's been because he has not been willing to plant those feelings and allow them to grow into something more. Fearing, it, my plant's dying over here. So feeling like he's not going to be able to take care of it, or he's not going to be able to nurture it or keep it growing, or he could kill it or harm it in some way. So that's been his energy. If we do nothing else right now, if you take no advice from the reading and you just go about your business and you never think about this reading again, the end result for the mind is an end to this internal conflict, because we have the Five of Wands and it's reversed, and that's showing me inner conflict. It's also showing me that there's an end to it. It's not active because it's reversed, so it's passing away. It's changing, it's turning around. So the inner conflict he's had around this, like the whole time masculine has been like, I need to acquire all of this wealth so that the feminine will take me seriously and understand how much I love and appreciate her. So the equivalent I have, I know you're thinking about a relationship right now, but the equivalent I have within myself is, I need my music to produce wealth. So I need wealth in order to get my music to a point where it can generate wealth. Isn't this crazy? This is how it works, right? In order for me to get my music to you, I have to go pay to promote it. I have to get somebody that's good at marketing. I have to, I have to spend money to record the record. I have to spend money to make money. Okay, right? So I'm stuck with the Five of Wands because my music isn't generating wealth, because I don't believe it will. And I need wealth to get it to generate wealth, because I think the only way that this is going to actually be fulfilling is if it makes a lot of money, so that I don't have to do anything else. This doesn't make sense, right? But my ego is very, very convinced this makes a lot of sense. And the same thing happens in your person's mind with you, which is like, okay, I need more material stability so I have more to offer this person, because I don't know that I'm going to even be able to keep and attract and hold on to this person if I don't show them this financial investment first. When in reality, the only thing I have to do is, it's literally free. All I have to do is play music. I just have to play it. I have to play it every day. I have to tell you that I'm playing music, invite you to participate in playing music, and enjoy the music that I'm playing. If I do that, the chances are I'm going to connect with my audience. Connecting with my audience is how I grow as an artist. And I didn't mention a single dollar in that discussion of how to grow my audience. There's no money at all involved in that process. I'm not paying you to like my music. I play the music, you listen to it, it evokes a response in you, and that's free, okay? And so this masculine would have to have the same realization of I'm not paying this person to love me, okay? I literally am just loving, and then this person connects with the feeling of loving and being loved, and then they love me, and there's no money in that. There's no outfits involved, there's no hairstyles, there's no body type or shape or anything. It's literally free, completely free to do it, and it doesn't require any of the time and energy I'm investing into all these other things in order for it to be good. In fact, I need to take all that time and energy and invest it in playing the music. I need to play the music and stop worrying about how playing the music is going to result in stability. That's not my job, and I need to stop doing it. Oh my God! Thank God! Okay, I'm drinking tea. So, I got myself, with my Amazon Christmas cards from people, I got myself cold brew for tea, and I made hibiscus, raspberry leaf, and jasmine. And it's so pretty and delicious. Okay. I do that now instead of coffee. But my cold brew tea thing broke, so I couldn't do it for a while. Side note. All right, everybody hydrate. That was a sign for everybody to hydrate. All right, we're going to finish this out with these final cards. I may pull one more oracle for each of you because I really like this oracle deck that I have called Unlocking the Secret Garden. And we talked about planting seeds today, so I think it would be a good one to do. But I'll pull that right at the very end. I'm just going to get that deck so I remember to do it. And we're going to do the top and bottom of the deck. So what did I say? Oh yeah, something we are aspiring to, something, a higher thing that we're aspiring to, which means maybe right now your motivation has been X, but there's something higher than that, Y, that's actually going to be more fulfilling to you. And for Divine Feminine, we have the Six of Swords, which is a card of traveling, movement, leaving painful past lessons behind you and heading towards calmer waters, not allowing painful thoughts to churn you up so that you have this really bumpy, terrible ride, but instead really learning how to smooth out your progress forward by learning more about how to balance your emotions, which came up today in general. So your higher level, the thing that you're through this relationship that's difficult for you, or through your career path, or through whatever it is, your journey, what you're really, really aiming for is learning how to move on from your painful past and ensuring that your future will not be as painful. That's your higher level goal. For Divine Masculine, your higher level goal is this Fool card, which is about taking a chance, believing that you're fully supported, surrendering to your calling and just starting even though you don't know exactly where to go or how to do something. And then wiping the slate clean also, forgetting about the past and just deciding who you want to be right now in this present moment. That is a big thing for the masculine energy. So he's really seeking that new beginning. Divine Feminine is seeking to move on from a painful past. So those two things could meet. Could meet. And for masculine energy, we've got, this is for feminine, it's minor. Not letting the small stuff really get to you. The Divine Masculine is a much more significant energy. Taking major risks in life instead of playing it small. That's been a big mistake the masculine has been making for a long time. Don't play it small. Who are you doing that for? Are you trying to make sure somebody's not going to yell at you, or you're going to get in trouble or something? Stop limiting yourself. You don't need to play small for anybody, okay? Everybody else that has their opinions and says you should do it this way, or you should do it that way, or you're not doing it right, or that's not how we do things. Fuck every single one of those people and their opinions. What do they have to do with you? At the end of the day, when your arms are crossed over your chest and your eyes are X's, okay? The only thing that mattered is your life experience. And you let everyone else dictate your life experience. Stay in your lane and tell everyone else to do the same. If you ask for advice, if you ask for input, that's different. But if you're not asking for somebody's opinion about how you want to do something or who you want to be, fuck them. And you tell them that. You can say, with all due respect, fuck you. This isn't your place. This isn't your life. And I didn't ask you. When I'm asking, that's when you can give me your opinion. And if you need to have an opinion with nobody asking, here's my boundary. I'm walking away. Thank you. I'm not listening. If the person can't respect that you didn't ask, then just don't be around that person. Remove yourself from that person. I learned something recently that I want to, it's difficult to keep in mind because it definitely triggers trust issues, but I think it's important to remember that we are all human, and every single one of the people that are in our networks are all human, and most of the time we are rooting for each other and cheering each other on. But even our best friends sometimes, even our closest family members, even our closest loved ones, when they have an opinion about what you're doing or a judgment about what you're doing, remember that every opinion carries with it personal experience. So every judgment is really a confession. And if they are saying to you, like, let's say you just decided to quit your job and you're doing something kind of crazy. You're reading tarot cards, or you're just painting, or you're just doing music or something, and everyone is like, wow, you know, I love you, but like maybe you want to get a side job too, just so you're okay. Like, they have these opinions for you. Yes, part of that is they're trying to protect you, but their own fears are motivating them. So these are their own personal anxieties that they're having, okay? That's the first thing to keep in mind. The second thing to keep in mind is if you start to excel, doing what you really love, if you are able to break through some of the traumas that you've had and some of the traumas that another person has had, and come together with the person that you've had a rocky start with or whatever, if that really does start happening for you, what it means for your friends and your family is that there are no limits for them either. And so there is a tendency to try to hold people back. And you are even guilty of this. When somebody tells you about something great and you're like, great, I hope that stays well. Like, you do it too. Because, and it's envy is a motivator. So it's something that ego is useful. Keep in mind that your ego is useful and your envy is motivating you, because when you feel envy for something, that means, oh, that is for me. That is for me. I know I can have that. And the fact that I don't is making me a little bit upset because that's for me. It's not that you're upset at your friend or you're mad at your friend, or not even that you're not happy for your friend. You can be both envious and happy for someone at the same time. I give you permission. It's good, actually. Envy is going to move you where you need to go. But that same envy is going to be present when you have conversations with people, and it's going to influence how they speak to you and the advice that they give you. So keep that in mind. Okay. Final 2 messages, and then we'll pull the 2 oracles. So the final 2 tarot messages we have for the Divine Feminine, I said, what is something she does not see coming and that has been hidden assistance for her all the time? It's the fucking Knight of Pentacles, okay? Yeah, no shit. How can you not see the Knight of Pentacles coming? This bitch is moving so slowly, it seems like every time you look, you would see him standing in the same fucking place. But that must be my ego talking, because the message of this card really is that what you don't see is that what has taken so long, what has been so arduous, is perfect. And that's not a word I like to even use. So if I'm using it, it must be important. It's perfect for you. It is perfect for you. It has come very slowly, almost painfully slowly, really. But it is solid, and it is steady, and it is reliable, and it is never going to go in any other direction except towards you for the rest of your days, always. And this exists because I said there's a hidden assistance in the card, because this is who you are, because you are solid, steady, determined, and you move slowly because you're smart. You might sometimes take risks and take a leap sometimes, but most of the time you move slowly and steadily, and you trust in yourself. That's your hidden assistance. All right. Divine Masculine, what do you not see coming? And what is your hidden assistance? We have this Queen of Wands here. Which any true Knight of Wands would want to see coming. So, pun intended. I can't because of what you don't see coming. Okay, it's fine. It's fine. All right. If you're not laughing, then you're probably a prude and I can't help you. Okay, but anyway, so the Queen of Wands is confidence, boldness, this vision for the future. It's excitement. It's pioneering energy. It's just magical, and it is powerful, and it is from your emotions. So Divine Masculine does not see how powerful surrendering to the emotions really is going to be for him. That it's going to give him a confidence and a boldness he didn't realize he had. That it's really, that his vision of the future that he's had, he doesn't see it coming, but it really is there. And the hidden assistance the whole time has been that all the admiration and affection that he's had for this other person. And this includes you, your mind, when you're thinking of the other person and you're seeing them and you're just like, oh, they're just so amazing. And then they do all these cool things and they're so creative and they're just powerful, powerful manifestors. And I'm just so admiring of them. That's within you. Everything you see in the other person, it's within you. That's why you like them. That's why it's familiar. You know, like, oh, I met this person. It seems like I met them in another life. Okay, well, that's because for some reason you let yourself see in that person what you have within you. And that's what feels familiar. And it's not just because there are these rare situations where one soul is in two bodies. No, one soul is in 8 billion bodies, 9 billion, how many billions the bodies there are. That's one soul. I hate the twin flame rhetoric of, oh, this relationship is more important because this is one soul in your no. There is no separation. So don't separate twin flames into separate beings from the all supreme. There's no point in that. It's inaccurate and it's ego-based. It's a devilish thing to think that you are special more than all the other people. It's the shadow trait of my ego to be like, oh, mortals. Okay? Like, my shadow trait so wants to be like, I'm above all of you. Okay? But anybody with the Leo placement feels that way. But it's wrong. Okay? Anybody with a Leo placement has an ego problem. Everybody's mortal. It turns out here. We're all mortal. And if you're not mortal, then you're probably not watching this because you don't need it. You already have the tea. You don't need to have it interpreted through mortal consciousness. So you see within you what you've been admiring outside of you. And that makes you feel confident because you're like, oh my God, this whole time I was like, oh, this person is just so amazing at what they do. You're like, yeah, just like me. And like, oh, they're so beautiful. Yeah, just like me. And like, oh my God, they're just so funny. I love that. Yeah, so are you. Whatever you see, you like. And that other person gave you an excuse to like those things about yourself. Oh, I like when my person does that. Well, that's great because you do that too. So you should start liking yourself just as much as you like this other person. Okay, final 2 messages. Actually, we'll do an overall message too. We'll just pull the bottom of the deck for that. But the final message for the Divine Feminine here, just to keep with that 3 that we've had. No, oh my God, I just pulled 3 cards. Okay, well, we're going like this. That's what's happening. To keep with the 3 thing. Oh my God, you are fucking serious right now. We've got self-trust. What did we start this whole reading out? The freaking High Priestess card, which came out 3 times. All right. Self-trust. If you don't leave this reading today feeling the importance of trusting in yourself and trusting in your connection to the divine, nothing I can do for you. I can't do anything for you. Good luck. Have a great life. Okay, so now is not the time to question anyone or anything outside of you. Listen, this is my job, right? Because I clearly know what the fuck I'm talking about. Unlocking this moment happens with the key of self-trust, which requires introspection. Oh my God, I say this to my clients all the time. What kind of a parent are you to your precious inner child? What kind of a lover are you towards your soul? Are you your own best friend, cheerleader, caregiver? The only way we develop self-trust is to endeavor to love and serve the life force within us. Yet we've suffered many blows to our own self-directed esteem, compassion, and forgiveness. This situation asks you to be the friend to yourself that you would be to the one you love the most. It asks you to become the one you love the most. That's not selfish. That's being loyal to the gift the great giver has bestowed upon you. So freaking beautiful. Okay, this deck is just out of this world. I got it in a little shop in Massachusetts. Like Fox something? I can't think of the name of the shop. Okay, so this is for the Divine Masculine. Not the prepare card. Yes, prepare. Prepare to get your ass handed to you. Number 35. That's what I'm saying to my masculine energy. Prepare to get your ass handed to you. You're going to have to deal with it. Okay, so it says, it's time to lay the groundwork. Whatever it is you're facing, preparedness is the key to success. It is time to fortify your path by preparing the way. Look to your infrastructure. Check your details, honor your commitments by doing good research. No one can predict when success will visit, but we can certainly prepare the way by building a solid foundation. Just like the squirrel spends most of his time preparing for the lean months, you too can gather your resources so that your projects, relationships, and goals are fortified with thoughtfulness. Don't let yourself skip details, or you may find yourself missing something essential once the momentum begins. Okay, so I'm going to check this card before it wrecks itself here. This card is not telling the Divine Masculine that you need to prepare. How do I know that? Well, because the card under the Divine Feminine's deck is the I done already been preparing, laying the groundwork, doing all the details, everything has been taken care of. That is what is the what. So this has been done already. The masculine has spent a lot of time in this energy of preparing, laying the groundwork, etc. We know from his cards that this is not prepare energy. His overall energy, Divine Feminine's overall energy is, Lord up in heaven, something has to change, with the Two of Pentacles in the infinity loop. I will not be in this cycle anymore, which means that there is no more preparing, because that's what we've been doing in this cycle. We've been preparing. How many readings have we heard? Oh, this thing is coming. It's going to come. It's going to. I'm here to tell you it's here. Your hidden assistance is that bitch is here. It's already here. It's here. It's here. It's here. It's here. It's now. It's now. It's within you. It's inside of you. And if you're rolling your eyes because it's like, oh, but I want a physical person on the outside of me. When you don't roll your eyes, the day that I tell you it's here, it's within you, and that fucking excites you and delights you, and you know it's true, that's when your person arrives. If you're rolling your eyes, that means you don't believe me. You don't believe me when I'm like, it's inside of you. You're like, yeah, it is. Can I have my person now? No. Because when you really believe that, you're like, oh my God, I was looking for this the whole time. And the whole time it was right here. So that is what I have to say about that. Because Divine Masculine has got to embrace his destiny and just go for it. No more preparing. We prepared long enough. At some point, you have to test the infrastructure, okay? If the infrastructure is not stable, you're going to hear it creak. You're going to hear it creak. It's going to show. You're going to see it wobble. And that's how you can test yourself when you're ready to do something. Okay, so something people are famous for in this collective is messaging their person. I'm going to tell you right now, stop doing that. Just don't do it. It doesn't do you any good. It doesn't really help you. It doesn't. If it helps you, if you feel better when you do it, I guess that's what you should do it for. But do not do it to try to elicit some kind of a response. Do not do it to try to influence outcome. Do not do it because you think that this person needs more information about who you are. They don't. They know who you are. I told you already. They know, right? In the very beginning of this reading, if you missed it, it's going to be up on YouTube later today. They know. Believe me. Okay? So let me just give this last card here before I just talk to the end of the century. Okay, we've got create. This is the overall energy for both masculine and feminine. It is number 30, which is that 3 again. My God, so much synchronicity in this reading. It's time to dig in. See? That's what I said. Dive deep. Create. The key right now is in the creative dream doing. Dance your pain, chant your victories, paint your revelations, sculpt your visions, create a moment with an intimate friend or an immersive experience with a group of kindred spirits. Whatever it is that hums beneath the surface of your everyday awareness is seeking a way into the world. Now is the time to become the way. Don't judge the result. Don't even consider whether or not it's valuable. Just create the creation itself, and it will reveal your next steps. What did I say? I literally said that about just playing. Just playing instead of, trying to prepare, figure out how to invest in something to get people to connect with what you're just... Do it. Just create things. There's that one account I follow on Instagram. I can't think of her name. But she holds up the signs for artists, and she's a writer. And I value her stuff so much. And it's always like, just post your stuff, just get it out there. Like, people need your art, people need to see your art, all that kind of stuff. Just create things and share that. Create it and share it. Don't hide it, don't guard it in the inner sanctum anymore. Don't try to make it perfect. Don't try to lay a perfect infrastructure so that you can go viral and pop off. Stop doing that. Stop doing that. That desire you have to go viral, that's your ego. Your ego is convinced that people that go viral, their content is more valuable than yours. It's not. It's not. There's value is not, it's not shown by the number of times someone clicks on something or the amount of money someone pays for something. Value is actually in the moment of the experience itself. The value came from you having an idea and putting it into action. Having a melody in your mind and singing it. When you do that, when you're in the shower and you hum a tune that you came up with yourself, the value was that moment. It's that moment. It's never more than that. That's why you're so disappointed. Because the devil, right? The chatter, the outside noise, the things we're hooked into, the things that we're attached to, the illusion has dictated that when this experience is global, when everybody agrees with you, then your value is determined. But I know people who have creeped their way up through the music industry and up through Hollywood. I had a conversation with Brie Larson once, I've mentioned before, who I think is very successful. And she was in the middle of filming a Judd Apatow film when I met with her. This was years ago, decade ago. She's now Captain Marvel. But at the time she was like thinking that she hadn't made it. And I was like, what do you mean? She's like, there's always another ladder. There's always another rung of the ladder. So if you only perceive your value to come from climbing a ladder and getting to the top of the ladder, or distinguishing yourself amongst a group of billions of people, or being special and being seen to be special, you're really always going to come up disappointed. You're always going to come, and then it's going to be later in life and you're going to realize, oh, you know what? The best time in my life was when I was just playing. Not when I was buying that Cartier, or, you know, like on a yacht in the middle of the ocean with, you know, people shooting a music video. I guarantee, even if that was a cool experience, it wasn't your best experience. You don't like come up with your top 10 experiences and it's just these weird materialistic events. Like, those were cool. They were just like accessories, right? Or just like sprinkles on top of an ice cream. And you missed the whole ice cream. You kept trying to get sprinkles and the ice cream melted. All right, that's my message. I hope that it helps you today. So I noticed on recent videos on my YouTube that the last one I posted, a lot of people commented. They don't want me to stop reading cards. Somebody said it was like going to church for them. Another person's, both of them were like, one of them was like, I've been watching for 2.5 years. Someone was like, I've been watching for 6 months. That meant so much to me. I don't know if you realize, but when I don't receive comments on things, I am just assuming that it's helping people. I don't really know. And when I'm at my low moments and have trouble believing in myself, those kind of comments really are so integral to like helping me see my impact. So if you feel compelled to comment on my videos, please know that I do see those comments. I try to respond, and they do make a difference to me. It really does. I was really feeling despair about my reach, about who I'm helping, and kind of forgetting that there's people that have been there for a few years that are helped so much every single day. And because it's not new people coming in, I'm just like, I don't know, like, are people staying? Are they, you know, are they moving on? I don't know. It was very helpful. So thank you for those of you that are starting to comment more and let me know. And also, if you've been here for 2 years like that, tell me. Let me know. I think that's amazing. And I appreciate that so much, especially because I know how hard it's been. Because I've been doing this for the last 2 years with you, and it's been a rough go for us all, economically, mentally, Like, everything's been tough. So it's like I have a family I don't even know about, and I appreciate you. So thank you for letting me know that. And if you want personal readings, please click the link in my profile. You can get a yes/no reading. There's also just a regular video tarot reading, any questions at all. And then you can meet with me virtually in a private session. You'll see a music coaching option, and if you swipe to the right, I think right, left, right. You'll see when you get there. There's an arrow. There is a intuitive guidance call, which is what I call basically a virtual call with me. The tarot readings that are there are video recorded, but that intuitive guidance call, I would actually be speaking with you if you're interested in that. If you're intimidated by the price of that, you do have an option to get one free session with me every month if you become a member at the Rarest of Pearls level. And that's a limited membership because I once I hit a certain amount of people, I can't do too many, per month at some point. I think right now I would say I have 7 openings left because I did fill one last week. So if you're interested in that, you can join at the membership level there, and that gives you access to the members only readings, which I do post over there. They're unlisted videos that you can only see if you are a member, and they are full-length readings, and I have many of them, and they're timeless, so you can go check those out. I also have daily just kind of journaling little posts to my members too, and uplifting stuff, and I have vital information. Like, I just posted you would have known about the Juno going retrograde in Virgo and what its effects on you if you had received the members post this week. So it's that kind of stuff. So if you're interested in that, please check that out. And also, please remember, I am Pearl from Pearl and the Prayers. That is my music. You can find me on Spotify and all the streaming services. If you can't afford my services, one thing that you can do that would really, really help me a lot is if you go listen to that song, which is completely free for you to do, and send it to your friends to listen to. The song that I have right now is It's Me, Babe. I will have more soon, but that is a really great way to help me. And it's a fun way. So, and if you use it on your TikTok videos and you post it in your stuff, like, that helps me a lot. So if you are like, I would love to help you, but I don't have the money, I get that. Pick something to promote my music. That's what I would really like the most. And if you have friends, obviously, who want a tarot reading and who do have the money to work with me, word of mouth is always the most powerful anyway. So please take advantage of that. And then the last thing I'm going to say is that I am a SnipFeed ambassador. SnipFeed.co is the company that offers the bio link service that I use on my page. I really like them, which is why I'm their ambassador. They offer like all of the conveniences of having your bio links, of course, but they're visually kind of pleasing. And they have a lot of integration now. They have membership programs, coursework, the Q&A, the tarot readings, and they literally give us anything. Like, somebody today was like, can we have a legal document signing thing so we don't have to use DocuSign? And the CTO, who communicates with us directly, it was like, yeah, we'll do that. So it's a really cool company. I really like the environment. It promotes smaller creators, specifically smaller creators who it recognizes has like micro communities, basically, and I like that. And they're also coming out with something new and exciting that's coming out in the next few weeks. I think it was supposed to come out like the beginning of this month. Is probably pushed back, which makes sense for tech stuff. So I bet by February you'll see that new service coming out, and it's really going to make my life so much easier. So I'm excited about it. But if you're interested and you need a BioLink service, you want to learn more about how to monetize your current offerings. If you have a small business, I can help you with that. I can get you started. And I actually, if you're somebody with a significant following, I can get you an ambassadorship too. If you're interested in that, and then you get the service for free, and you can take advantage of it in exchange for making a couple of posts and talking about it like I'm doing right now. And it's easy for me to do because it's really helped me a lot. So that link is on my page all the way down at the bottom. Create a page like this, click that button. That's my referral link. You get 6 weeks free. You can try it out, see if you like the service. If you like it, it's $29 a month. And if you are an ambassador, it's completely free, and you get like the highest pro version. And they have a free service too. You don't have to have a pro service. They do have a free service. They just take a small commission when you make sales if you are just using the service for free. Whereas if you're doing the paid pro version, they don't take any commission. So it's pretty good. All right, everybody. Thank you so much. I see some people over here on TikTok. I will do private readings right now if anybody wants them. But I'm going to shut this video off, and I will see all of you on YouTube later.